and then immediately afterwards, everybody's firing at each other, and it's a whole mess. That's kind of worries me. Hopefully that it... Dude, it is a great day to talk about Project A. My name is the King Live, and we're going to be doing another presentation here. Is Project A clown fiesta? We've gotten some bad feedback on the game, apparently. So we've gotten really good feedback, a majority of good feedback. I want to clarify that. But there is some feedback that people have said that it didn't sound so amazing. So we're going to talk about some of those things here today, and we'll actually go like a little in depth on other things within the game that we've heard. So what is it like to play Project A? We've heard a couple things from playtesters. Like I said, most of it's pretty good. Let's talk about how the game feels, which is the most important part about the game. To me, anyway. I don't care about lore. I don't care about like how it looks. I want to know, how does the game feel to play? You know, if you want to hear about what playtesters are saying, stick around. Okay, we're gonna give you some more information. But before we start, be sure to subscribe to the channel, dude. Join the Discord. We have a lot of really freaking cool people in the Discord. And drink your milk. Oh my gosh, dude. It makes you big. It makes you strong. Makes you hefty. Okay, we're gonna keep going. General statements that we've heard. So movement feels a little off is what we've heard. People feel like it's a little too slow sometimes, and like compared to Counter-Strike is what we've heard. I don't know exactly what that means. People said that the sniper feels weird too to use. I haven't played the game. I don't know exactly what they mean by this, but people are worried for a loss of Counter-Strike mechanics, basically. Stuff like bunny hopping within the movement. I know that bunny hopping still exists. I've heard that from professional players, but people have said that it doesn't feel quite right. Something I said in a previous video is maybe it feels too smooth in a way. Sometimes too smooth is a bad thing, oddly enough, but we'll have to really wait and see on that. I can't give you too much information on that. Just from what I've heard from people, it feels a little off. So hopefully they fix that on release, though. Thank you to Elvin for your post in the Discord. So Elvin is the leader of the Project A Discord. It's a community Discord where a lot of people hang out in there. They discuss things of the game. He translated a Turkish video of a Twitch streamer who I would never have stumbled across otherwise. There's lots of updates on the game, so thanks for that. And he translated this player, and he let me know a lot of these things. So we're going to talk about some of those things. That is going to be the meat of this talk. That's going to be a majority of what we say. This guy had a lot of interesting takes on the game, and he even brought up one incredibly unique thing that I haven't heard anywhere else. So if you're looking for that in English particularly, you can stay around and I'll let you know. Okay, Dusa is very difficult to play is what he said. That's the girl with the green smokes. She throws them out. I call her Dusa. What I was saying about tactical characters previously in this game is I was saying if you want to go pro in the game or you want to be really competitive from the start, you should probably play aggressive characters, and this is the reason. Tactical characters like Dusa, where she throws out the smoke screen, she's focused a lot on vision control and taking oversights. She's going to be hard to play. It's going to have a little bit of a learning curve. And he also said that she manually controls her wall, which means her wall that she throws out, she can actually like guide it a little bit. She can like turn it, is what he said. I noticed that it looks like it's activated, so it's probably not activated right away. She gets to determine when it is activated. Same thing with her grenade, it looked like. But aside from that, that's actually really interesting information. The idea that she throws this out and she can kind of guide it, that sounds like it's going to have a massive learning curve. So this character probably won't be good on release, but I can imagine she's going to be really good later in the game, so we can look forward to that. There's no grenades, but there are abilities to replace them. So purchasing abilities as well as grenades would be havoc, is what I've said before. Spending money on abilities and then having to spend money also on grenades and then also on guns sounds absurd. So there's just not going to be any grenades in the game, but a lot of abilities seem like they function just like grenades. This isn't really new information, but this is something that we've seen, and the idea that you purchase these abilities is actually really useful information. So keep that in mind. You don't purchase grenades, you do purchase abilities. Abilities sometimes create a mess. So this is what I was talking a little bit about the Clown Fiesta. This is what he compared it to. What I was really worried about the game is that all these abilities that they would cast would end up just kind of clustering up, especially if these abilities were rechargeable. Imagine a ton of characters save up their abilities for a site take, and they throw 5 or 6 abilities onto the site, and then the defending team throws 5 or 6 abilities back at them to defend the site. That's a lot of abilities on one small site. So with all these abilities being purchased, potentially this tones this down a little bit. Maybe it's just 3 or 4 rounds a game that it feels like a Clown Fiesta, but that is something that he said. It feels a little messy sometimes, and there are player slows in the game is another thing that he said. So some of these abilities are going to slow characters. I don't know how I feel about that. I guess this is a substitute for stuns, but yeah, it's in the game. Crowd control, obviously is going to be present within any game. So that's one form of crowd control that is in the game. This is the big info that I think. This is the thing that really stands out. He talked about the preparation phase. So this is supposedly a phase where players will be able to walk around the map on their side of the map. You can walk around in this, and you can prepare yourself for the round. That'll let the defending side get to the sites, supposedly. And then prior to the round start, players will advance. He says that this can turn into an immediate gunfight, which kind of scares me. The idea that, okay, it's the preparation phase, and then immediately afterwards, everybody's firing at each other, and it's a whole mess. That kind of worries me. Hopefully that I really like the Counter-Strike mentality where the round starts, and you're at one point of the map, and you run to different sides of it, and you kind of race the attacking side to a certain position so you could take that spot, and then you get around 1 or 2 seconds before they actually come around the corner and you start firing at each other. I kind of like this. I guess the preparation phase does remove the idea of spawns though. So in Counter-Strike, sometimes you get a B spawn on Dust, for example, where you can spawn, your characters to spawn in an appropriate position where you can quick rush B, and you can make it there around the same time that the CTs do. And then other times you don't get that spawn, so it's almost not even worth, if I'm an opper and I'm trying to peek long, sometimes you just get a spawn where you can't do that. You just can't. They're going to beat you there, and it's going to be really bad. So I think that does kind of eliminate that, but is that a good thing? We'll have to wait and see. I don't think that this is something that they're removing, though. I don't think this is just something that they were playing around with, and they might tweak. So expect this when the game is released, is what I'm saying. Curved flashbangs, dude. He talks about curving flashbangs right to left. You can't throw them straight. That's kind of odd to me. He said this. I don't know if this is a translation issue or something like that. But yeah, you could curve the flashbangs. You actually see this in the trailer. Juno throws her smoke screen, and at first, a lot of people were saying that it looked curved, and I was like, I think that this is just an optical illusion because she's moving at the same time. But after knowing this, it was probably curved. It probably was. So yeah, props to you guys for noticing that. And screw me for not believing you. There's no spray pattern. A lot of people don't like this, or probably won't like this. Yeah, he said that he was afraid of giving too much information, apparently, when he was saying this, too. Which, yeah, I would believe that. He's under an NDA. He can get in real trouble for sharing stuff. Recoil might be random. It might just be down. I'm trying to go off of the idea that he's afraid of giving too much information, but he said no spray pattern. So there's no spray pattern in the game. There's got to be something to replace it. There's going to be recoil. It might be random. It might just be down, you pull down. I think that will be too easy, though. I'm expecting something like PUBG. So in PUBG, it was completely random. It would bounce. Every bullet basically had a chance to go up, to the left, or to the right. Some guns had a different tendency. AK was really far spread. The SCAR would kind of was pretty easy to control. So different like that in that regard. But aside from that, it was interesting. And whenever you see somebody who's really controlling a spray on an AK-47 in PUBG, that you're no, that's a good player. It's a hard gun to control, and if you're controlling it at a long range, it adds a lot of room for a player to just be skilled. So I like that. Well, we'll have to wait and see what the recoil pattern is, but flick shots feel really good, so that's a cool thing. At least that's full. That's exciting. He says that the AK-47 particularly feels really good, which is really exciting because we heard that snipers were not that good. So to hear that rifling at least feels good. Maybe they tweak the sniper rifle, make it get into the place that it needs to be. But aside from that, AKs are in the place that they need to be, and rifling is going to be a majority of the game anyway. So AK is the most popular weapon in CS. If anybody's played Counter-Strike, it will likely be in the game in some capacity. So that's good to hear. There's a very detailed crosshair editor, so now we're getting into some good things that he said. Multiple people have said this. CS fans won't feel dissatisfied with their ability to change their crosshair. People are very picky about their crosshairs on Counter-Strike, okay? I was never too particular about it, but pros love to change the crosshair all the time and make it to the exact point that they want. You can have two crosshairs. You can enlarge the size. You can make it dynamic. You can make it static. You can make one static and one dynamic. When I said two, I mean you can have one in the center and one on the outside. You can have one be static on the inside and then one dynamic on the outside. I think this is really interesting. I don't know. It'll be cool. There probably won't be a console in the game, but at least that they made it so you can do what you want to do with your crosshair. So that's kind of nice. Moving and shooting, watching people play, it looks like moving and shooting is going to reduce accuracy. When you see the professional players who are playing the game demonstrating it in the trailer, they stop before shooting every single time. I don't think there's a single time in the game where somebody shoots while moving or in the trailer. So jumping and shooting reduces accuracy too. That's a confirmation from this post. Who is this guy? I'm not giving this guy enough credit right now. This is literally all of his information. He's Turkish, so if you don't speak Turkish, then this probably won't help you. But his name is WTCN. He's a Turkish streamer. He's a Twitch streamer. Okay, WTCN. Go check him out, please. Give this guy all the credit that he deserves. If you speak Turkish, this is who you want to watch, okay? If you don't speak Turkish, then I am here for you still. Moving at shooting, you can't jump shoot with a sniper rifle. So, you know, in Counter-Strike, the jumping scouting is a notorious, some might say infamous thing to do. It's not going to be in the game. You're not going to jump snipe people. ADS gives better spray control too. It's something that he said. So you aim down sights, it reduces the spray recoil pattern by a little bit. Not a massive amount, but it is easier to aim. So friendly fire, dude. Team killing is a thing. So just so you know, I'm about to team kill Jordan so much. I am so excited for this. But presumably there will be a penalty. There was no clarification. I doubt that these professional players testing the game were team killing intentionally, but just keep that in mind. You can accidentally kill your teammates, and there will probably be a penalty for it. Revive is an ultimate ability, and lots of people were really worried about this. You're going to be relieved to hear this. Revive seems busted in a game like this. In a game where it's a tactical shooter, where when you trade kills and stuff like that, it would be really frustrating to trade a kill with somebody and then have them get resuscitated and still be relevant in the round. So you're only going to see this around 4 to 5 times a game is what was confirmed about ultimate abilities. You don't see them as frequently, but just so you know, it is in the game. You see it in the trailer. It's an ultimate ability, so at least it won't be every single round. That's all I got, dude. Let me know what you guys think. Excited to hear any of this stuff. I was excited to hear this. What do you think about the preparation phase? Do you think that's cool? Do you not think that's cool? I'm particularly intrigued about it, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. I'm excited for it. And then if you made it this far, be sure to like the video down below, subscribe to the channel, join the Discord. We have so many freaking cool people in there. Oh my gosh, we've been growing so fast. It's actually really cool. And thanks again. Yeah, the end. Okay, now I'll talk to you, dude. Nice slideshow. I like slideshows. I do too. We've been doing a lot of them on stream lately, Zone. We're talking about Project A. I know you don't like Project A, but maybe you like slideshows and you like me.